Hello, my name is host Eric, and tonight I'd like to discuss what it's like being an Asian in America, an Asian American. Um, it's I face a lot of racism. I'm not gonna lie. I face a lot of racism and a lot of oppression. Like when I applied for college, they're like, "No, we already have too many Asians." It's like, hey, it's not my fault that I'm smart because I'm Asian. And when I get a perfect score on the SAT, they're like, "Well, it's only because your parents paid for extra lessons and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, sucks to be you. You don't have any extra lessons." Anyway, being an Asian American is hard. Uh, I get teased a lot because of how I can't really drive very well, and unfortunately, that's a stereotype that's kind of true. You know, as soon as I became an Asian American, my ability to drive went down like 40%. So hey, Rachel Lapalosa. I also got karate, of course, when I was as soon as I became Asian. It comes with karate. I developed a taste for rice and fish. Um, Started bowing compulsively at everybody and became inscrutable like the Asians. So anyway, being an Asian American is hard. One time I was at the mall and these racists ran up to me and they said, "Ching chang chong ching chong chong." And I'm like, how could you dare you say that to me? Do you know what that means in Chinese? No, they're. I'm not sure what race they are. Actually, I haven't asked them. I haven't asked my parents what race they are. My mom, I don't think she knows anymore. My dad, he may think he's black. I never asked. It's a good question. It's weird. I never asked them what race they were. I will. I'll obviously have to ask them. So I just got back from Kimberly's house, and I had a really nice conversation with her, and I realized some things on the way over to over to Kimberly's house, and just sort of driving around in general today. I was thinking about things. Kind of what happened in that relationship is it was really a conflict between NE and SI. I kept thinking it was a conflict between something else. I'm American. I'm an American Asian American. Um, I haven't always been Asian American, but I am now today, and it's it's been a bit of a challenge. I face a lot of racism. It's like, why aren't there more people who look like me on television? Why aren't there more people who look like me who are leading men in movies? Why are we always the comic relief? That's not cool. It's like, just because I say ching chang chong doesn't mean that you need to make fun of me. So anyway, I chatted with Kim for quite a while. What I realized is that this is the right decision for her too. See, I had some sort of, I guess, arrogance or just misconception that, hey, maybe it's just sort of good self concept. I don't know. But it's like, I'm a great relationship partner, and I'm able to provide a lot of things that Kimberly needs. So this is definitely a mistake for her. She's being nutty to leave me. I'm a catch, whatever. But the fact is, since we've broken up, she's recaptured her own agency as well. It's like I see her thriving abruptly. She talks about getting all these people hitting her up on Facebook too, which is funny. Uh, the thing is, shit did get volatile for a minute, and the reason is because I was asking of her the one thing that I couldn't possibly ask her. And I was correct in saying, in concluding what I concluded, because prior to that issue, she was just by and large looking for something to complain about. So I assumed it was that way with this as well. In reality, what I was saying is, look, you can't have your SI back yet. And her SI had really been under assault from me for the entire duration of the relationship. When I came into the relationship, she started talking to me about her experiences, and I basically said, "Well, those aren't nice stories. Let's those aren't the stories we're telling anymore. We're telling nice, happy stories now, the kind of stories that Eric wants." But for her experiences aren't her stories; they're her knowledge. It's what she knows. It's how she knows. It's how she is. And so I was really trampling all over her ontology and trying to fix her. We were both doing the same thing to each other, which is we were both saying, without saying these words, but we were both informing the other person in no certain terms that there is something wrong with you. And, today I realized that was a big part of the problem is that how much energy was I spending telling Kimberly there's nothing wrong with you? Very, very little. I am not Caucasian. I'm just Asian, but I do have a cock. I am a male Asian. I am a proud Asian male. My name's Ching Chang Chong, and that's my Chinese name. I go by Eric still, but my Chinese name, because once you turn Asian, you get to pick a Chinese name or a Japanese name or a Korean name or whatever you want. It doesn't matter because you're Asian. It's all the same. But I picked Chinese. I went Ching Chang Chong. It's a pretty common Chinese name, but I like it. It really makes me feel resonant with my Chinese culture, my Asian culture. But I picked a Korean last name, Kim. So I'm Ching Ching Chung Kim. You can mix it up. Hi, Zandy. Yeah, well, that's my Japanese name, Zandy. Eruku. The fixing part is relatable. You look like I'm Filipino. It's hard to tell something. It can be difficult to tell between us Asians. It's true. For you white people or black people or Mexicans or whatever you are, I don't know what any of you are. I haven't really asked you. I don't normally ask people their race because I think it's a little like, it kind of like sets the table like, I'm going to judge you on your race. Obviously, I can't know a person's race if I ask them because it's completely arbitrary, but it's kind of rude sometimes to ask. Anyway, well, Siren Tarot, it looks like you, another transracial person like me. We transracials have to stick together. We are the minority of the minorities. Yes, Father. What can I do for you?
Hello?
Yes?
I'm going to put these on the chair here.
Okay. Oh, so Mom doesn't get them?
Nah, she can sit them.
All right, cool. I am embracing my heritage. For example, I've started when I pay for things at the store, I put the money in a red envelope first, and then I give it to them. It's pretty Chinese of me. Isaiah Rude. You know how to spell my name in Chinese. If you guys look at what Isaiah Rude wrote there in the live chat, that actually, if you read that out loud, it says Ching Chang Choing. Konnichiwa to you too, Joel Nathan Henry. I've not adopted an Asian language yet. I'm still sort of choosing which one I'm going to be able to speak. Might be Japanese. But I'm actually thinking like maybe Native Hawaiian. So I can be like Elika Lika Lika Luku 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 Lala or something like that. Or they're Asian. They're Asian enough. Wow, look at all those Ching Changs and Chongs. That's a lot of Ching Chang Chong. Ohio Gozaya Muzu. Ozumaki Naruto. Cool, Siren. I took a quiz on what country I would be and got Italy. It is important that each of us proudly, loudly, and often proclaim our race and sexual orientation. Each of us proudly, loudly, and often proclaim our race and sexual orientation. And Pacific Islanders and Asians are the same thing to only Henry. Everybody knows that. You are Antarctic? I didn't even know that was a race you could be. Nobody told me. I want to be Antarctic someday. I will be someday. I didn't realize that was a race. I thought that was the same. Are they the same as Falkland Islanders? Because I've considered being a Falkland Islander before. You're trisexual? You like men, women, and yourself? I guess that makes me bisexual. I like women and myself. They say race, but where is everyone going so damn fast? Good point, McDrama Bear. Good point. Yeah, we are the super minority of all minorities. Because, listen, in the ontology of every transracial person, there's the suffering of the slaves, the suffering of those who contracted cancer from the pesticides while picking the grapes, Barasa, and also the suffering of the Eskimos when the bears ate them all day long. We have all of that inside of us. You wouldn't understand. It's a transracial thing. Neptunian? I am learning about all these new races today. It's remarkable. So yeah, I actually did want to talk seriously about the whole kangaroo thing, which is I've learned so many different things from my relationship with Kimberly and in the breakup as well. It's been extremely informative. The thing about that is, I have been just continually bothering people all day long. Yes? Yeah, because of various logistics things, Kim. Just because of whatever. I don't know. I'm in the middle of live streaming. Okay, so that's what you need to talk to him and. Okay, listen. Okay, but listen to me. But listen, so you hear something, for God's sake. All right. So the thing I'm trying to say is simply this: that it's best for you to talk to my dad directly, because I find these conversations about logistics extremely frustrating. Right. I know it's frustrating for you to talk to him. I agree. And it's also frustrating for me to talk to him, and it's frustrating for me to talk to you. So you talk to him, okay? All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. And listen, I'm not saying it's frustrating to talk to you in general. I'm saying it's frustrating